Sam.
No. No, you hold on! Hold on! Sam! Give me your other arm! Come on, reach! No! Sam!
Review copy provided by PlayStation.
Is that it?
What is up, friends and fans? Jake here, and I have been playing around with Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, specifically on the Steam Deck. Now, more and more these days, the Steam Deck feels like the definitive next-gen PlayStation handheld, with Spider-Man, Horizon, God of War, and more running beautifully on the machine. The promise of console gaming in your hands is about as fulfilled as I can imagine it being. Now, the newest Sony title, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, packs in Uncharted 4 and the Lost Legacy spin-off game, and predictably, these games perform very well. Out of the box, they can run from around 40 to 60 frames per second, varying pretty wildly moment to moment, as you can see by the small performance counter in the top left of this video. Now, if you fiddle around, you can get a pretty stable 40 frames, or you can just go right into the settings and tick the 30 frames lock option and not have to worry about a thing. Something about the way that this game plays and moves, it doesn't quite beg for high frame rates anyways for me, especially on the Steam Deck's small screen. So I personally found the 30 frame lock more than serviceable, but some of the fun, I think, of a PC release is in tooling around in the settings and making it exactly how you want. So just know everybody that wants to do that can do that here. Now, visually, again, due to the small screen, there's really not a lot holding you back from having a perfectly good time on the Steam Deck. Even in dark or bright environments, a problem I had in Spider-Man, I never really had trouble in Uncharted seeing what I needed to and aiming down a relatively far enemy or anything like that. Now, my biggest criticism of these Uncharted games on this handheld is that I find the games in their design are not really particularly suited for any handheld. The legacies of these two games are wrapped up in their highly praised visual fidelity and their top-tier storytelling. And listen, the game, it's a looker, which is occasionally lost on the relatively weaker Steam Deck hardware, where characters often have these weird artifacts around them, and if you look closely, there can be a general kind of blurriness to a lot of elements. Second, there are a lot of cutscenes, so get ready to hold up this heavy machine in your hands without pressing any buttons for a while. Again, the cutscenes, they don't even look as good as they would on higher powered hardware, and not to mention that these games can really only run for a little over an hour on high-ish brightness, and cutscenes are going to eat into a huge chunk of that time. And the chunks of the game, the chunks of time you're spending, due to its level design and structure, I found them to be too big and juicy for a good session on my Steam Deck. I was often going back to an outlet to charge my deck to the point where I just might as well have been playing it on PC or console. And with past Sony releases like Spider-Man, the open world and the ability to just get right into the action, if that's what I wanted to do, worked against this problem. But given how linear the Uncharted games are and how classically cinematic they are in their presentation, I don't really recommend them for handheld gaming. But for any reason, if that is the kind of experience you want, there's really nothing stopping you from getting it here outside of the details that I mentioned. So for me, Uncharted is going to stay on the television, but that's going to do it. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Maybe I can help out, maybe I can answer something. But for everything else in games, you are already in the right place. So just let us explain. I'm Jake, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.